Hello everyone, I'm Rachel Tessman from StampYourArtOut.com, and we are here in a different place than normal. I am trying my live out in my group. My Stamp Your Art, no, what is it called? Stamp Your Art Out group. Yes, that's what it's called. Anyways, I am going to check to see if we have anybody with us here. Just click on my comments here. So if you are joining me, you found it. I just thought it'd be fun to try it in my group to see how this works. So, oh good, we have somebody saying hello. Now here's the thing, when I broadcast in groups, I can't see who's actually talking to me. So I'm gonna click on my computer here. I wanna see if I can pull up a page here. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing my video. Wait, is that it? No, I'm on the wrong page, hang on. Anyways, you know, that's what happens when you try something new. You're gonna have these little glitches along the way, and I'm so excited to show you the card, you guys. This is gonna be fun. So I am Rachel Tessman once again from StampYourArtOut.com. I'm gonna turn off my volume here. Oh good, now I can see some comments coming in. Oh my goodness sakes, you guys. Oh, hello everyone. So we have a beautiful card. This card is a fun fold. I love doing fun fold cards. This one is, I'm calling it the bend open pocket card because you have to bend it a little bit to get it to kind of open up. Makes sense. Anyways, I'm using some new products, and these new products are coordination products that just got released yesterday. They are called birthday dies, and these dies coordinate with one of the Sale-a-Bration free stamp sets. So you buy the dies, you buy a few other products to go with it, you can make the card, and you can earn that stamp set for free. So the way that lives work, this one, I'm not sure if it's going to work this way, you guys, but normally we do a drawing from the live broadcast. Now I might have to do a copy, and we might have to figure out how many comments there are and then do like a number sorting thing. And then what I would do, so I looked this up beforehand. What I would do is I would choose a random number between 1 and let's say we had 200 comments, so 1 and 200, and it would pick a random winner based on a number. And so then I would have to go back and count how many comments in that person would be, and that would be the person who'd win. So we might have to do it that way. But I just thought it'd be fun to try this in my group because my group is new. If you are on Facebook and you are watching this after the live, after I've shared it on YouTube, and you want to join us in our group, I am trying to post something every day. And so this is kind of like a little lure, a little invite to joining my group. And again, it's called Stamp Your Art Out group. It's different from my Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel page. In a group, you can do a few different things. The invites go out to everybody a little bit more efficiently and that sort of thing. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so stop talking, Rachel. All right, let's go to the computer here. I'm going to set this up. Okay, so we're going to go to the computer so that you can see. I'm going to shrink my head here in the lower right hand corner. There we go. So that you can see the supplies that you'll need in order to make the card that I'm going to share with you today. And sometimes I don't do this. In fact, most of the time I don't do this. I am going to show you a finished sample of the card first, so you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And then I will walk you step by step through the process. I do have a piece that's already colored with blends, so I will start coloring with blends, but then I'll move along. Okay, and we are featuring some coordination products. So in here we have and I didn't highlight it here, I should. I'll bold it. There we go. So the birthday dies are the new products, and the birthday dies, I'm looking on my flyer here. Oh, do I have a price in the US? Here we go. The birthday dies are $27. Well worth it, especially with this stamp set, because you want to cut out this cake and then the flower. Oh, you'll see. Okay, so anyways, these are the fun items that you'll need. I did mention over here on the right for the foil sheets, you can either use the champagne or the silver, and that's based on the rhinestones that you choose to go with it. So I'm going to show you the version that's done with the champagne and the champagne rhinestones, and like a pinkish colored cake. And then I'm going to do a bluish colored cake and some silver accenting instead on the one that I demonstrate. So now that you've taken a screenshot of that, let's go to my table. All right, so here's the finished card. It is very interesting. It's going to be so much fun. This is the finished card, and it's, oh my gosh, it's so much prettier in person, although it looks pretty good on camera. So it's got some embossed vellum on it. It has some little die cut leaves that are so pretty, and they're embossed and die cut. You can actually see like the veins of the leaves in them. That's how beautiful these dies are. And then there's like some little sprigs here. There's a cake plate, which doesn't come with the stamp set. So the cake plate just kind of makes that cake even more grandiose. The beautiful cake, which is colored in with blends. And then to open it up, you actually just kind of bend it back, and that will release the top image that's holding everything together. And here's a place for your gift card or your money. It's going to be so much fun to make. So we will start by taking our cardstock. And actually, you know what I want to show you before we pull all this in? I do want to show you the dies and the coordinating stamp set. There it is. It's a good thing I have a big table. I wouldn't know where to put all this stuff. Okay, so here's the stamp set, and here's the dies. And you can see, like this one here, that cuts out the whole cake, but this one, it cuts out just the flowers. So if you just want to have the flowers, you don't even have to have a cake on your crafting project, whatever you're making. Here's the cake plate, the sprigs, the leaves, and then this here is not a die, sorry. This is the stamp image on cardstock that I cut off in order to put the cake plate on. All right, so let's dive into cutting. I brought out 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock. This one is the stiffer one, and this one is the regular thinner weight. So if you're going to make a card base, or you're going to do any coloring with blends, blends markers, they need a little bit denser cardstock. I found that they color better on the thicker white than they do on the regular white. So I'm going to be using both because I don't want such a thick card that it's going to be too much to mail. So I'm going to use the Whisper White regular on the inside of the card and the thick on the part that we cut out, cut the cake out of. So we're starting with our card base, and I've already cut and scored this part way for us. This is a half sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So for those of you that are new to stamping, let's zoom out just a tad here. If you're new to stamping, you can cut your card in half this way and then bend it this way, or you could even cut it in half this way and put your score line that way. Okay, either way, you have a wonderful size card that fits into our regular size envelopes, our medium envelopes. So I've got this almost done, and then what I want to do is take and put one more score line in there, and I'm going to put this score line in at 2¼ inches. And it doesn't matter from which end you do it, so it's already scored in half at 5.5, and it's 11 by 4¼ inches, scored at 5.5, and then also scored from one of the ends at 2¼ inches, and that's going to make our pocket for our gift card. Okay, let's just go ahead and crease that since we have it sitting right in front of us. The next piece that we are going to cut is going to be the white for the inside. So the white for the inside, and I'm going to cut in this direction, is going to be 4 inches tall. And we need a piece that's 3 inches wide. And we need a piece that's 3 1/8. So if we zoom in on that, you can see here's the 3-inch mark, and this is 3 1/8. On our trimmer, on the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, it is 2 little notches in. Okay, so those pieces will go on the inside of our card. And then we need a piece of vellum that is 5 by 6. The 5 by 6 vellum, oh yes, there is a right side and a wrong side to our Perennial Essence Vellum. This side here is the, it's a little bit more deep, a deep green. It's almost like this is the side that's dyed. Anyways, 5x6 will do just perfectly. You're gonna have a little tiny scrap left over, but this way you don't have to cut, you know, your whole sheet up. You can just do a portion of it. So from our 5x6 piece, we're gonna cut with the 6-inch side up towards the top or the bottom of our cutter. So we're going to cut parallel then to our 5-inch side. So parallel, and we're going to bring that to the 4-inch mark. So we're cutting right here. Oh, you know what? Stop! Don't cut this yet, Rachel. You said in the, I think I even said this in the directions, emboss first and then cut. It's going to be easier if we emboss first. Let's just do that right now. Let's move to a different camera. So I'm going to take this one off, put this one on, and okay, we're ready. All right, nothing like, sorry, I changed my mind midstream. I decided to emboss instead of cutting all our pieces. Okay, so we're going to put our vellum inside of our Parisian, forget what this is called, the Parisian Flourish Embossing Folder. And you're just going to set it up onto your platform. Now this is one of our thicker embossing folders, and because it's a Stampin' Up! One, we need to have the blue or purplish plate with it, so you'll need that embossing plate. And then it's called the 3D embossing plate. And then you'll need your platform only if you're using the Big Shot. This is a Sizzix Big Shot. We are embossing on vellum, and the thing with embossing on vellum, sorry, I'm trying to look at you guys and crank this at the same time. The thing with embossing on vellum is that you have, you're going to kind of break the fibers of the vellum a little bit. And so on the flip side here, you'll see a lot whiter look than you would on just regular cardstock because we're breaking the fibers. On this side, it looks like it's just, you know, pressed in. Isn't that gorgeous? So now we can trim that up. Since we're over at the machine and we are die cutting, we might as well grab our other scraps and our dies. And so I can show you quickly. There they are. I'll show you quickly how we can quick whip those out. So we have our cake plate. Oops, have to set this up again. So for our we're going to need the thin die adapter. We're going to need a cutting mat. And then we need our papers that we're going to die cut out of. I'm using Granny Apple Green and silver foil sheets. We're going to set up our cake. I think we can do it this way. I figured out how this would fit into my scrap yesterday. I think that works. And then we also need our beautiful little sprigs and our leaves. Okay, then we can take our other cutting mat and carefully add that in, sandwich it all together, and crank it. All right, so what do we have? We have some fun stuff. We will be doing some more die cutting, but for now, let's go back to the table. All right, so we've got our thick Whisper White cardstock, and we're gonna grab our ink. I feel like I got this big mess in front of me again, you guys. Crazy. Yes, you know what? I'm not sure who said that because I'm looking at my device here rather than my computer. But you said that you've dried embossed vellum once and it tore your vellum. Vellum is, it's a lot more breakable. It's breakable, yeah, because the fibers are, I don't know, I don't even know what vellum is made out of, but it feels like it's more plasticky or glassy or something. It just feels more fragile. And so the fibers do tend to break easily, which is why you have that look on the back side of that vellum. I did it with a real thick embossing folder too. It's the 3D embossing folder, so you're going to have even more chances of it breaking. And there is a tiny bit of breakage that you'll see on my finished cards, but it's not that noticeable to me that I would worry about it. Okay, so we're going to stamp this guy down because we want to die cut that. But let's go ahead and cut the vellum, which is what we were going to do a long time ago. Let's get that screen and zoom out just a little bit here. Okay, now we have our vellum placed inside here. And again, cutting parallel to the 5-inch side. We're going to cut it so we have a 2-inch wide piece and we have a 4-inch tall piece here. Now this 4-inch piece, we're going to have that so it's showing on the front of our card. We have 5 inches by 4. So we're going to cut 3 inches from the left, 2 inches from the right. Because on our finished card, if you look at this again, we have a 3-inch wide piece here and we have a 2-inch wide piece here. Those two pieces of vellum are going to go there because the design flows into each other. So we want to make sure that these stay paired up and in the right order. Like that. Okay? Then this one will go on the inside of the card. And that one we just want to cut to 4 by 2. So that's our extra vellum. We'll set that in a separate spot on the table. Okay. Okay, one last thing to die cut, and that would be our cake. You can see I'm pulling all these pieces off of here. Most of them are coming out of the dies. A trick that my friend Vicky shared with me, she says a lot of demonstrators do on their videos, and I'm afraid to do it because I don't want it to go away, but she throws it. She throws it on the table. Oh, there we go. There it is. There's our piece. I love that. Yeah, it works. There we go. Now we have our pieces out of there. Now, if you don't want to do it that way, you can always take like a, take your pick tool, and especially, see, we still have these little dots in here because it punches holes in there. And you can take and pierce through the holes of your die, and it will release the paper that you have. Yay, decorations on the floor. Okay. And now we have our leaves. Let's go ahead and do that the way that I normally do it. There we go. So these little guys have a stem. So when you pull them out, you want to be careful that you're not going to break that stem off. Okay, that one's not working. That's okay. It was fun. It was fun that it worked with the other ones. All right, nothing like trying something for the first time on live Facebook, right? Let's take our cake and die cut that. And, oh, here they are. Yeah, I have a mess, you guys. It's a complete mess over here. Okay, back to the other camera. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, don't do that. It's so funny. You guys can't see what I'm doing when I'm off, when I'm on my little preview thing, but it gets pretty hilarious. I'm pushing buttons and I'm having like my picture with the Big Shot machine as my tiny little camera, which is not going to work because you're not going to be able to see anything. Yeah. Okay. Just a little inside humor for me. All right, back to the table. So there's our cake. Beautiful. It's so beautiful, and it's so lovely when you can make it pop off the card. You know, when you stamp this directly onto your card, it just doesn't have that, I don't know, it needs that. It needs the little lift thing. So let's start putting this together. I kept these two vellum pieces together, and I kept this one separate. So this one we're going to put on the outside of our card, and to do that, I thought it would be fun to bring in this fun trick. So you have your green glue, also known as Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're just going to pounce up and down to get the glue all over the sponge. And then we'll take our vellum, we'll flip it over, and we'll just pounce on some of that glue. And this is a great, very hidden way of putting adhesive onto the backside of vellum. So there's that piece. Oops, got to go up a little higher here in my camera. So there's that piece. And remember, this one connects here. So when we put it on, we're going to place it right next to it there. And we might have to grab a little bit more glue. That one's going to go here. Now when your glue dries onto your silicone craft sheet, which is this thing here, once it's dry, you can take some packaging tape and you can just peel it all off at once. It's an amazing surface. This piece here is going to go on the inside of our card over here. Again, I think I need just a little bit more glue. So it's nice that this has a right and a wrong side. I mean, you could use this side. It's not saying that it's wrong. It's just a little more in your face. Like there's the embossed piece, right? Okay, that's going to go over here. And then there's one more step before we put our white pieces down. We'll set that out of the way. We need to punch a little hole, and that little hole, I just used my 1-inch circle punch. You could use, you know, any kind of little punch that will help to put kind of like a half circle, I should say, a half circle shape in there. So there's that. And now we can apply our white pieces with our snail adhesive. We have one that's slightly wider than the other, as you can see here. This is the 3 1/8 inch wide by 4 inch piece, and this is the one that's a little bit narrower. The 3 1/8 one goes on this side here, and you want to actually have it closer to your middle score because, you see there, you can see that. Did you see that? There was a little tear there. Just press it back down. Nobody will know. You want to have it closer to your middle score line when you're putting it in the card. You don't not want to necessarily center it so that you have 1/8 of an inch all the way around, because when you close this up, you don't want to see the white. So you have to be really careful to make sure it's not too far over. So we're going to place that right there. And then we're going to put this one on the other side. That one can be centered just fine. Now this piece here and this side, we're going to tape. We're going to put some tear and tape adhesive in there. Tear and tape adhesive is just a nice strong adhesive, especially for pockets, 3D items. This is a staple. I love it. I love, love, love it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add a little bit more adhesive on the back of this because I don't want this to pop up on me. So we're going to slather that with some adhesive here. There. All right. So now we're going to take the release paper off using our Take Your Pick tool. Oh, can't get under there. There we go. Come from that side. Okay, before you place this pocket down though, it's always helpful to place your gift card down inside there because it gives you just a little bit of bulk that you need in order to make sure that your pocket is going to allow room for that pocket, for that gift card, okay? So always place your gift card or whatever you're going to put in there inside so it's not too snug when you're ready to see. There's just like a tiny little gap now, right? You can see that, just tiny little gap. It helps. It really helps. Okay, one more piece of stamping that we're going to do, and then we get to color. We're going to stamp our word celebrate, and we're going to put it kind of off to the left, right about there. And I'm putting it off to the left because when we do our cake is gonna kind of go like that, and it's going to come over into the white a little bit, and we want to make sure we have room for that. Okay, we get to color now. I'm so excited. I'm going to zoom the camera in just a little bit. So blends markers, and I just wrote down blends markers. I didn't even write down the colors that I used or will be using. So let me show you those. Blends markers, they are alcohol-based markers. They are an excellent tool for coloring with. You want to make sure that you're stamping with a water-based outline design ink first. So Memento Tuxedo Black is perfect for that. You can use any water-based ink, like any of our classic pads would work. You do not want to use an alcohol or solvent-based ink, like the jet black Stays On ink would not be a good choice for using with the blends markers. So what colors do we have? Well, we have my favorite, Granny Apple Green, which actually pairs well. This is an old olive color of vellum. Crazy but true. It pairs pretty well with that. So, and it's funny because the old olive pairs well also with Pear Pizzazz, which is kind of a more softer, lighter green, and this is a brighter green. It's amazing. That old olive is an awesome color. Okay, so we're going to use Granny Apple Green. We're going to use Pool Party, which is a beautiful light blue. On the other cake, we colored the whole I colored the whole cake with Petal Pink. That's the Petal Pink color. But we're going to use one of the Petal Pinks. We're going to use the dark one in this cake for the center of our flowers. And then on the on one card, the first card, I used Crumb Cake for my little extra floral embellishments on the card. I won't be using those on this one, but instead I'll be using Smoky Slate. And in fact, I'll probably only use the light Smoky Slate. So, coloring. For coloring, I'm going to start with my lightest color. This is my favorite way of going into my coloring with my blends. I color with the lightest color first, then I accent with the darkest color, and then I come back in with the lightest color to blend the two colors together. So, and a little tip for taking the cover off, because you don't want to bend the brush end tip of your marker. You have two tips, and this one can get bent pretty bad if you take your marker cap off the wrong way. So I just hold it like this, and then I press with my two hands so it comes straight off. You'll also want to store your blends so that they're lying down. So we're going to come in, we're going to color our cake, and I am coloring kind of a distance away. I've got one contact in today, you guys. You're probably saying, where does Rachel have her reading glasses? She hasn't used them yet. That's because I'm trying to focus with monovision again. I keep trying. I'm not giving up. Someone told me, who was it? It was my hairstylist. My hairstylist told me that he uses, that he does monovision, but at night, because that's what my issue was at night. He says at night he puts on a pair of glasses for driving, and these glasses take and bring his eye that didn't have the contact in. It basically, it's like putting your contact back into your eye for driving. Because I can drive with my contacts in, but when just one of them is in, it made it really hard at night. Okay, so we're coloring the whole base of the cake with this light color. This is a yummy cake. It's almost like a wedding looking cake, though I have to tell you, it should say something like, instead of happy birthday to you, it should be happy wedding to you. This cake is so beautiful. Ah. All right, so after you've colored the base color in here, you're going to come in with your darker Pool Party, and you want to figure out what side is the sunshine shining on, or the light of, the window, light from the window. And I'm going to go ahead and make this the lighter side, and this is going to be my darker side. So you can already see the darker blue as it comes in here. And I'm not going to color all the way across the cake. I'm only going to color in so far. Oh, I forgot to color underneath those. I'll come back and do that later. Actually, I could do it now. Okay, so we're saturating the paper with this alcohol-based ink, and it is getting moist. I should have my grid paper underneath. I wrote that in the supplies, didn't I? We're saturating it. You can see that the color is starting to come through. Got to protect your table. So now we will take and blend the two. So you can see there's a definite line between the dark and the light here, but when I go over that area again, the light one actually adds a little bit of, darker color on top of where we had the color before. But look at that, how smooth that is now. The transition is just amazing. I love blends. I don't think I've used my Stampin' Write water-based markers in a long time because I'm just so addicted to these. Okay, I'm going to leave the flowers white for quickness. I'm going to color the inside of the flowers with the dark petal pink. And then I'm going to take my this is my light smoky slate. And again, there's 2 tips to your marker. So let's go ahead and use the bullet tip. And we're going to just color the smoky slate is like a gray color. We're just going to color the little ball pieces here, whatever you call those. I'm just calling them sprigs. I'm not a florist and I don't know names of flowers, but those just look like little sprigs. And it kind of, this color kind of works well with silver, the silver foil. And then the last step is the leaves. And I'm not going to do every leaf. This is where I already have my finished colored piece to pull out. So with a leaf, same thing. You're going to color with the light, then you're going to color with the dark. And I'm just going to put a little color right towards the base. And I'm going to show you how messy this looks right now. Okay? It needs some blending, right? So now we're going to come back in with the light. It actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks like watercolor painting, doesn't it? And now we're just kind of going over that and smoothing it out. And this is now what it looks like. Way better. I have my finished one right here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. Move our blends out of the way. And let's go ahead and start adding these items. Look at the tape I brought in. It's not something that Stampin' Up! Provides, but hopefully everybody has a tape like this in their house. So we're just gonna add these pieces behind with some, this is Scotch brand, Scotch tape. I'm gonna call it Scotch tape. So we're gonna add one right here. It's just gonna make it easier so that my cake isn't going to be sticking to my card, because normally I would apply that with a glue dot or even a little thin line of glue, but then this would be kind of tacky in that area. And we want to keep that nice and smooth, because that part of the cake card accent is not, it doesn't have any dimension behind it on the finished card, right? Okay, so there's that. Another piece is this leaf over on this side. And I like to tuck my leaf kind of coming up and over the edge of the cake so it looks like it's more 3D that way. And that one's going to go here. And then these little guys will just, we're going to try to bring them in just a little bit, because on my other card they were really sticking out far, and then it made my cake have to shift over a bit. So there's the fancy adhesive that you need for those pieces. Gotta love Scotch. Yay, 3M, it's a Minnesota-based company, woohoo! All right, now that we have those on, I'm gonna grab my dimensionals. Here they are. The desk is a mess again. It's so awesome. Oh, I forgot my little cake stand. Okay, yes, we have to do that too. So let's just put these aside for just a minute, because we're not ready to add it yet. We have our cake stand. So our cake stand, you'll notice when it goes on, it's going to kind of have a little thing there in the way. So we'll use our snips and we'll just trim straight across. And then we'll use our Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. And we're just going to add a little bit of glue right to, sorry, I have to bring it up close to my eyes here. There we go. Just a little bit of glue right to the edge there. And then we'll set our cake plate right underneath. And now we need to let this dry for just a second. Okay, we'll just let that dry. Okay, when we're placing our cake onto, I'm just checking to make sure I have everything. Oh, yes, I want to show you that too. Okay, so when we're placing our cake onto our card, you're going to notice that there's just a slight overlap. So this side here is not going to get dimensional. This one is. Again, this side does not. There's no dimension under there, but this side does. It's stuck up a little bit higher, and that's good because there's actually kind of a little lift here from the folded cardstock that is in this section of the card. So here we go. We'll grab our cake, we'll figure out where it's going to be placed, and we know that we don't want the dimensionals to go beyond that section, kind of in between those flowers. So we can set dimensionals here, 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 wherever you want them. You can go crazy and be like my teammate Nancy Forsberg. I hear she uses quite a few. We don't want to put any on the cake stand, although you could probably put one on this half of it, but I think I'm going to leave it just as is, and we'll stick this down just like that. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this card. One last thing is to add some rhinestones. So we'll just pick up one, stick it like right here. I'll grab a larger one. Rhinestone embellishments. Favorite! I think had I bought like 100 packs of these when they first came out, I would still be out of them. I love these rhinestones. All right, so there's our silver version. Here's our champagne version. And here's the inside. And there's where our gift card goes. Gotta love Green Valley Garden Center. Lots of fun stuff. Okay, I'm gonna leave that open. And I'm gonna zoom out just a tad, so you can see both the outside and the inside of the card at the same time. And I want to show you one other card. This card, in fact, it's not completely done yet, but I did another cake, and instead of putting the cake stand on the bottom, I took and I colored with the dark and the light smoky slate blends. I also put rhinestones in the middle of the flowers as the flower centers. Purple, I used a purple, I think it was Highland Heather. It may have been Purple Posy. I'm not sure which blends I used there, but just kind of a purple accent on the flowers. And I did not use the sprigs, I just used the leaves. So we're going to put that up on dimensionals. And we're going to place that on top of a simple little note card. So you don't have to get all elaborate to use these cake dies and the stamp set. You can get pretty basic here. This is just one of our note cards, our Whisper White note cards, and they come in a pack of 20 like this. There's 20 note cards already pre-cut and scored, and 20 envelopes. And I just took and cut some white vellum that we have, embossed that with the same embossing folder, applied it the same way with the Tombow multi-purpose liquid glue. On the inside, I stamped the word celebrate. And then on the outside, we just took and placed one of those beautiful little cakes. So there is a third version of a card using those dies and stamps. I'm going to try to pull up on my computer the flyer for that promotion. So again, that promotion is called Coordination something or other. Coordination product release. There we go. That makes sense. So that way you can see. Hang on, almost there. I'm gonna draw for prizes too. Oh my gosh, what are the prizes, Rachel? So for prizes for today, I thought we would draw for a pack of rhinestones and a pack of note cards. Oh, we're almost there. Gosh, oh golly, gee whiz. Here they are. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna bring you to the computer now so you can see. And this is the coordination products that are available as of yesterday. They just came out yesterday. We have some that match stamp sets from the spring catalog. So that's the Nature's Thoughts dies, the Special Days dies, and then we have one that coordinates with that Ladybug stamp set. The Ladybug stamp set, remember, is a hostess only stamp set. You don't have to host a party, but you can spend like $300 and get it for free. So that's another stamp set that is a limited time stamp set, but look at that. Wouldn't that be amazing to have the dies to go with that? And then the Sending Flowers dies, they really would go with anything, but they are paired up with another one of our Sale-a-Bration stamp sets that's all words. Again, this could really go with anything. Really pretty stuff. Let's see if I can zoom in a bit here. Can I? That helps, right? Okay, and then we have Ta-da! The cake dies right over here. There they are. And this is a beautiful sample card that they have. There's also some paper too that goes with a lot of our punches that are newly released. So, okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and grab the prizes so you can see those. It would be a sheet of rhinestones and it would be a pack of note cards. So, lucky winners today. Now, let's draw for last week's second and third winners first. And those winners are actually getting coupon codes to use on a future order. The coupon codes are each worth $20. So these are $20 prizes that these two people will win. I'm so excited for them. So let's go to, I'm gonna make sure this is ready before I bring you to the computer again. Okay, so we're gonna go to the computer and I'm on my business page. This is Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel. Here, let's just pull that up so you can see. Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel is my business page. You guys are on my group right now, but I'm going to be sharing this over to my business page if I can figure that out soon after we are done broadcasting today, so that those people who didn't know where to go today can at least see the after live and still comment and get on the prize drawing for next week. And then let's see here. So we're going to grab the link for last week's video and bring that into our comment picker. Oops, cancel. I don't know what that was. Oh, I wonder, I must have clicked on something wrong. Hang on. Click on the link, copy link address. There we go. My computer used to be higher in front of me. It was up on these boxes and I got rid of the boxes and now I'm really missing them. We had 206 commenters from last week. And the winner, these are for the coupon codes. The winner for the coupon code is Julie Pennell. Pennell. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me how to pronounce it when I talk to you later on. But Julie, congratulations. You have a $20 coupon code coming to you. You need to claim your prize though. I can't get you the prize unless I connect with you. So all prize winners, make sure that you're trying to connect with me. Let's grab a YouTube winner. So let's go to my channel and grab the link for that same video on YouTube. Drum roll. The $20 gift card winner. Let's see, we had, oh, you guys, there's lots more chances. 91 commenters for that. So you have a high chance of winning for that one, as opposed to like 200 comments or more, right? So the winner for this is, oh my gosh, Lori, I've seen your name pop up before. Lori, and you even told me how to say it too. I think you did. Lori Podrodsky. Anyways, you're the winner for the $20 gift card. These or gift, they're not cards, they're gift coupons. And these coupons, like I mentioned last week, they were gifted to me by the husband of a customer slash demonstrator. She was a demonstrator in my group, and she passed away a little over a year ago. And so we found out that she had a paper pumpkin 3-month prepaid subscription that she never redeemed, and so he was able to exchange that for some coupon codes, and he gave 2 of them to me to use. So I'm gifting them to you. All right, let's see how this works now. We are in the group. I'm going to do a refresh, and I don't even know if this is going to work, you guys, but I'm going to see how many comments we have. It says we have 238. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take that number. We have, let's see, number. I saw it up here earlier. Name, random generators. Random number generator. So we're going to go 1, 2, 238. Right? Was that it? 240. Oh, the last 2 people, you are so lucky. You are in the prize drawing. Okay, 240. And we're going to click generate a random number, and that number is 48. So the 48th commenter today is going to be my first prize winner, and you get the rhinestones and note cards. So I'll figure out who the 48th person is after I'm done being live. I have to go through and put them all in order and then count backwards, and then I will contact you. So congratulations to all of you who won prizes. I am going to go live again next Wednesday. I am back to my Wednesday schedules, and we're going to go back to the page, so where I normally broadcast. But I thought this was a fun way to just introduce you to our group, welcome you to our group. It's going to be fun here. I'm just going to, try to throw some special things in here once in a while. But I feel like I can contact you more directly within a group than I can on a page. So thank you for joining me on my page. Next week is Wednesday, February 12th, 11 a.m. Central Time, and I will go live on my Facebook page, Stamp Your Art Out with Rachel. If you liked any of these products, you can visit me at stampyourartout.com. Every time I have a post on my blog post does include at the bottom links to all the promotional things that are going on. And so you can find the information about the coordination products on my page. You can find shop buttons so that you can shop for the products. So visit me at stampyourartout.com to get more information about that. The starter kit is an awesome deal right now. Oh my gosh, there's so many great things. Celebration, freebie products. Again, I mentioned that one stamp set is free. It is free with a $50 order. So you can buy the coordinations dies and some of the vellum that you might not have, or the special paper that you might not have, and then have a fun time with making those same cards, those bend open pocket cards. I appreciate all of you so very much. This will get posted onto my blog in a few days. So on Saturday, that would be February 8th. This video will be on my blog along with the measurements and supply lists, and having them linked to my online store. I'm so glad that you joined me all today. All right, it's under an hour. I'm going to try to go back to a half hour someday soon. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love you all so much. Thanks for joining me. Now I'd like you all to go and stamp your art out. Bye-bye.